What is a covalent bond? Covalent bond is a bond between non-metals. For example, a bond between carbon-hydrogen, a bond between carbon-carbon, a bond between chlorine-chlorine, a bond between fluorine-fluorine. So, in general, a bond between non-metals are covalent bonds. So, what is unique about covalent bonds? In a covalent bond, mutual sharing of electrons happens. Let's take explain it to you on the board. For example, if we have if we have let's say chlorine and hydrogen, then we have a bond between chlorine and hydrogen, HCl, right? So what happens between H and Cl? There is a bond. This line represents a covalent bond. This line represents the atoms joined by a line. This line represents a covalent bond. This is actually a representation, that's it. There is no line or thread joining the two atoms, all right. There is no thread, no line. We have to show, right? If we draw a figure, let's say this is a figure of you and a figure of your friend. I want to say that these two people have a strong connection, a strong bond. You, this is you, and this is your friend, right? This is you and your friend. And I want to say that these two people have a strong bond. And I show through this like this that these two people have a strong bond. So this line doesn't mean anything. It is just telling us that these two people are connected through a strong bond. So this line or a dash means that H and Cl are attracted. That means there is a strong bond, there is a strong attraction between H and Cl. Alright. And how it is formed? It is formed in a way that one electron is given by H, one electron is given by H, and one electron is given by this Cl. One electron is given by H and another electron is given by Cl. Now there are two electrons. Now hydrogen will say that these two electrons are mine. When it is counting, hydrogen will say, I have two electrons in my outermost shell or valence shell. Similarly, chlorine will count these electrons in its outermost shell. So, in short, what has happened? One electron was given by hydrogen, one electron was given by chlorine. Each of the atoms, hydrogen and chlorine, they gave one electron. Now, in total, we have two electrons which belong to hydrogen as well as to chlorine. It is something like that. You and your friend both have one cycle each. You place one cycle and your friend comes and places one cycle. Now you both have two cycles mutually shared. That means you will say, I have two cycles. He can say, I have two cycles. Right? Same way, if you share tiffin with your friends, right? You and your friend, you bring your tiffin, friend brings his tiffin. Next, if somebody comes from outside, what he will see? He will see two tiffins in between you and your friend. He will not know which tiffin belongs to whom. So he will say two tiffins are between you and that friend. So similarly, one electron comes from one atom, one electron comes from another atom. Now these two electrons belong to both. First atom will say these are mine, second will say these are mine. So this is mutually shared. So this type of bond which is mutually shared between two atoms is called as covalent bond, right? And the number of covalent bond between atoms is known as covalency. The number of covalent bonds formed by an atom is known as covalency. For example, if I tell you we have a molecule say PCl5. So PCl5 has something like this structure. So how many bonds phosphorus is forming? Phosphorus is forming in total 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So covalency of phosphorus is 5. Covalency of phosphorus is 5. And each chlorine is forming one bond. So covalency of chlorine here has value 1. So each chlorine has covalency 1 here and phosphorus has a covalency of 5. Total 5 covalent bonds are formed by phosphorus. Similarly, if we have another molecule for that matter, if we have, let's say, O2 molecule, then each atom of oxygen is forming 2 covalent bonds. So covalency of oxygen here is 2. It depends on the molecule which is being formed, right? So it is not something like that it is fixed value, it will vary depending on the structure of the molecule. So total covalent bonds formed by each atom is known as its covalency, right? Now we have few molecules out here, as in hydrogen molecule. So we have hydrogen molecule like this. One bond is formed. That means one electron is given by this atom and one electron is given by this atom. Let's say I represent electron given by first atom as dot and represent electron given by second atom as cross. So this will have something like this in between them, right? So this is known as Lewis dot structure, right? Lewis dot structure for hydrogen molecule. And similarly HCl, we have already discussed the HCl molecule, right? So this is it for now.